for their virtual conference, which must suit the Liberal Democrats to a T, mind you, because it must be expensive to put together an entire conference for all 5 of them. Well, at this virtual conference, the Lib Dems put up an ickle-wickle blue wall and had their party representatives smash through it.
3!
Unfortunately for the Lib Dems, the only thing they've achieved in smashing through at their conference was a big fat reminder that the Liberal Democrats are neither Liberal nor Democratic, folks. Natalie Bird, a 40-year-old candidate for the Lib Dems, has decided to sue them after she was barred from running for Parliament after a complaint was made about her for wearing a t-shirt reading "Woman, Adult Human Female," which is the Oxford Dictionary definition of the word woman. Now, Miss Bird had her wings clipped by her supposedly Liberal Party in the past, according to the Daily Mail. Miss Bird, who's experienced an abusive partner in the past, received a complaint against her name in 2018. She reportedly faced allegations of transphobia when trans woman Zoe O'Connell allegedly complained about her, suggesting that sex-segregated women-only refuges should be separated on biological sex rather than whatever you identify as. Now, a disciplinary hearing found no evidence of transphobia here, which, by the way, folks, is defined as a dislike or of a prejudice against transgender or transsexual people. That's a pretty serious accusation to suggest someone is actively going out of their way to cause harm to a minority group in our country. Miss Bird, like J.K. Rowling, the Harry Potter author, has also been accused, by the way, of, and I think was doing no such thing. She was raising a legitimate concern that says, if I, as Darren Grimes, decide that next week I want to be referred to as Doreen Grimes, I don't automatically have the right to enter a sex-segregated space, and therefore women are protected during what must be a particularly vulnerable time for any woman, possibly the most in their lives. A second investigation has meant that Miss Bird has been banned from standing as an MP in Wakefield in Yorkshire for wearing a t-shirt. According to the Telegraph, she's launched legal action against the party for discrimination under the Equality Act of 2010, in which sex is a protected characteristic. Now, the leader of the Liberal Democrats, on the day of his speech to his party membership, setting out how he's going to go about smashing that blue wall, had this to say on Natalie Bird. I mean, pretty unfortunate for the leader of the Liberal Democrats to be asked if he supports free speech and freedom of association and all these other supposedly liberal values, but there we are.
Woman, adult, human, female.
Well, Liberal Democrats believe that trans rights are really important because trans people are some of the most discriminated against in our society today. Huge health problems, high suicide rate, and I think everybody ought to worry about that. The real issue, I think, is the toxification of the debate. There was a time.
What's wrong with that phrase? Woman, adult, human, female.
I've made it clear what our position was on trans rights. No one can criticise me for that. What I'm concerned about is on this issue.
So, by the way, he cannot even bring himself to say, leader of the Liberal Democrats, Liberal Party, supposedly the party of reason, the party that was responsible for Gladstone and all of these liberal champions, is unable to say that there's anything wrong with wearing a t-shirt that sets out the definition of women. It's hardly progressive to go in this direction. It's regressive. And, you know, I'm all for wear whatever you want. Call yourself whatever you want. I don't give a hoot, frankly. What I do care about is this authoritarian yellow bird flapping over and deciding that women's rights don't matter in 2021.
Can you explain to people watching what is wrong with the phrase woman, adult, human, female? What's wrong with that?
Well, I mean, the phrase actually doesn't really encapsulate the debate, to be honest. That's what's the problem with it. The issue that we have been really clear is that a trans woman is a woman, a trans man is a man. And that is the issue.
Which is not true. I'm sorry, it's just not true. You cannot deny immutable fact of biological truth, which says that, you know, you are born male or female, and a very, 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 very small number of people are born intersex. Female doesn't mean a thing anymore. There are over 100 genders and all the rest of it. This stuff is cartoon. This isn't liberalism.
One of your members, Natalie Bird, has been banned from standing as a Liberal Democrat in any circumstances for 10 years because she wore a T-shirt which had that slogan on it.
Well, we have complaints issues, which I'm not part of. The totally independent, so I can't comment on an individual case. What I can say...
That is true, what I've just told you. That is true. And, you know, the Liberal Democrats used to be a tolerant, open party, keen for debate and keen above all for free speech. Now, you disagree with Natalie Bird, she disagrees with you, but with that single phrase, she has been cast out of your party.
Well,
that's not liberal, is it?
Well, we absolutely...
The single phrase being the definition of the word woman. The definition of the bloody word woman. I honestly don't think that can be stressed enough. She's being told to get stuffed, basically, from a party that purports to be liberal and democratic. Well, where's her right to free expression? Where's her right to actually say, I'm proud to be a woman? The Liberal Democrats should be at the forefront of not only speech and debate, but of ensuring that liberal values like tolerance, but where's the tolerance presented for someone like Miss Bird, right? Where's the tolerance for J.K. Rowling? Where's the tolerance for Rosie Duffield, the Labour MP, who's facing threats from within her own ranks, so much so that she can't attend her own party conference this year because she's too afraid of the threat she's been receiving for saying that women have a cervix, by the way. That's where we're at. That's where we're at. Women are being intimidated, threatened, and abused for saying, enough is enough. I am a woman, I am proud to be a woman, and that will not change. I say, how dare someone like Ed Davey turn around and try and belittle women who have been through women's refuges, who have been through some of the most vulnerable positions that a woman can be put into, genuinely fearing for their own safety, seeking refuge and solace in some of our most important institutions for women, only to have this oaf to sit there and say, well, I need to pander to the likes of Twitter and the obsessives and the sort of radical activists in this movement and say, to hell with women, to hell with my own parliamentary candidates, to hell with the rights and the speech of these parliamentary candidates. I think you're a coward, Ed Davey. That's what I think you are. And I think you can forget any fancy ideas you had of smashing any walls. The only thing you've smashed, as I say, are the rights and the right to freedom of expression of women within your own ranks. Utterly supine. Reasoned relies upon grassroots donations from people like yourself that want us to continue producing our high quality, free thinking content. So please do consider clicking the link and donating, no matter how big, no matter how small, because it really does ensure that we can keep on keeping on.